What's up guys, my name is Michael and Apple just unveiled their new iPhones for 2020, the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12. So these are huge upgrades for the iPhone. We finally have a new design as you can see here, and in this video I just want to compare the iPhone 12 Pro to the iPhone 12 Pro Max because this is something different. This year Apple is trying something new. The iPhone 12 Pro Max now actually has some better camera features. Now this is something we haven't seen before. As you may remember last year with the iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max, the camera systems were exactly the same. So this year, when you spend a little more money on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, you end up getting a better camera system to boot. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and compare all the details between the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So if you're on Apple's website browsing the new iPhones here, it just so happens they have a really handy tool at the top here. You can compare the iPhone models. So I'm going to compare the iPhone 12 Pro Max to the iPhone 12 Pro. And then we're just going to start with the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The first thing I noticed is a slight downgrade in battery to the iPhone 12 Pro. So if we go down here, they show battery based on video playback numbers. So the iPhone 12 Pro Max gets 20 hours, iPhone 12 Pro gets 17 hours, iPhone 11 Pro Max gets 20 hours, the same as the 12 Pro. But if I change this to the iPhone 11 Pro, you can see that last year's smaller Pro iPhone actually got more battery life than this year's iPhone 12 Pro. And I can only assume this is because of 5G, because they made the phones bigger, and I think that they actually might have a bigger battery, but we still get slightly less battery life, which really isn't something we like to see from Apple. It's always nice when they can add battery life, and it's usually nice when they can say battery life has been extended by an hour or it's been retained at around the same time as last year's iPhone. But this year it's a little bit sad because now we have less battery life on the smaller iPhone 12 Pro, which is the iPhone that I am going to be going for. So that's a little bit disappointing there. Also, the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the 12 Pro are more water resistant than the iPhone 11 Pro, but the water resistant values between the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the iPhone 12 Pro and even the regular iPhone 12s are also 6 meters for up to 30 minutes. So iPhones were already very water resistant at 4 meters, and now Apple has just extended the water resistance even more. And then obviously I'll mention it because it's here. The new iPhone 12 lineup is compatible with the new MagSafe accessories and wireless chargers. That is the same between all models of the iPhone 12. Something that has changed though is the capacity. So the iPhone 12 Pro has stayed the exact same price, but now you are getting 128 gigabytes, whereas last year you only got 64. So for me in Canada, the price actually ended up going up, I think $20 for the iPhone 12 Pro. So it is nice that I do get a little more base storage for a little bit more of my money. So now we get into the display, and this is where it's actually a little disappointing. We were expecting some improvements to the iPhone 12 Pro display, and we really didn't get that. Instead, what we got were the much needed improvements to the regular iPhone 12 display, and that brought the iPhone 12 up to iPhone 12 Pro level. And unfortunately, Apple didn't improve the display quality of the iPhone 12 Pro at the same time. So if you look at all these specs, it pretty much looks like it's the same panel with the exact same brightness levels and exact same contrast ratios as the iPhone 11 Pro. So you do get a slightly different bezel design. You do get a slightly thinner bezel, but in terms of the actual display and pixel density and colors, it's going to look exactly the same as the iPhone 11 Pro, and there is no support for 120 Hertz ProMotion. So now we get into the camera. I've changed the iPhone 11 Pro to the Pro Max here at the top just for this comparison. But here now I really want to focus on the iPhone 12 Pro Max versus the iPhone 12 Pro. And we can see one difference here right off the bat. So the telephoto camera on the iPhone 12 Pro Max actually lets in less light than the telephoto camera on the iPhone 12 Pro. As you can see there, f2.0 on the iPhone 12 Pro, f2.2 on the Pro Max. Now, that isn't really that big of a change, but it is kind of interesting that you are getting a little more light and probably more sharpness on the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, those changes with the telephoto camera do add benefits, obviously, to the iPhone 12 Pro Max. You do get more optical zoom. Now, I thought Apple could have at least gone up to 3 times optical zoom, but we get 2.5 times optical zoom out of that telephoto lens now, as compared to just 2 times on the iPhone 12 Pro, and also we had 2 times last year on the iPhone 11 Pro lineup. And this one is probably the biggest change in terms of just my opinion. The sensor shift optical image stabilization. In my opinion, this is going to be huge for photography. So when you're doing low light photography and even video now in low light situations, the iPhone 12 Pro Max is going to be unbelievable for video. So you get a much larger sensor with much bigger micron size pixels. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the pixel size is a lot bigger on the 12 Pro Max, as well as you get sensor stabilization. So I think the 12 Pro Max is going to be taking much better photos than the iPhone 12 Pro, which is a little disappointing because I like the smaller size iPhones usually. And if I buy the iPhone 12 Pro, I am missing out on the best camera possible out of an iPhone. And of course, the optical zoom is the same for video, with the 12 Pro getting 2 times optical zoom in for video and the iPhone 12 Pro Max getting 2.5 times. You can digital zoom though up to 7 times while video recording on the 12 Pro Max, and it is only 6 times on the 12 Pro. Some good news, the front-facing camera is exactly the same for both iPhones, the iPhone 12 Pro Max, the iPhone 12 Pro, and the specs look like they are exactly the same for the iPhone 11 Pro Max, except now for the iPhone 12 lineup, we get Smart HDR version 3 for photos now on the front-facing camera, whereas we only had the second generation Smart HDR last year. Now, in terms of wireless connections, both the iPhone 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max are able to connect to 5G networks, and it's not showing it here because I don't live in the States, but in the US, you are able to get ultra-wideband 5G for ultra-fast speeds. So I want you guys to tell me in the comments down below if these differences between the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max matter to you. I guess Apple is kind of doing what Samsung is doing. They're making more of an ultra version phone, with the larger iPhone 12 Pro getting some slightly better features just in terms of the camera. I really hope next year we don't get completely different features that aren't even camera related that just go on the bigger phone, because then Apple would really be doing a Samsung thing like an ultra phone. So I really like it when the Pro phones are as close together as they can get, but I guess this year Apple decided to really focus on the camera and take advantage of the big size of the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So if you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you out, make sure to drop a like on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Michael. I'll have more iPhone 12 coverage coming soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.